the Bellevue Hotel. I'm going to show you this sunrise from this angle because from some of the rooms in the Bellevue Hotel, the ones that are facing east and above the third floor, you can see the sunrise in Bohol. And this sunrise is happening at about 5:30 a.m. in the morning. Now, it's not a sunrise that we are used to. What is happening is the sun is coming up mixed in with a tremendous amount of overcast. What we used to call overcast is now a typical sunrise. Sunset has a great deal more overcast. If you remember when you were a child and the sun came up over an ocean, any ocean, the Pacific Ocean or the Atlantic Ocean, or if you were in the Caribbean, or any other sunrise in any movie, in any TV program, when the sun came up, it came up as a crisp orange-white object. Now it comes up as a white blur. We have not seen a sunrise. I have not seen a proper sunrise. I cannot remember. It's been years. So where I am is I am on Talisai Beach. And it's called Talisai Beach because of some of the biggest and oldest trees on the beach. And where I live is right there, about 160 feet away. So this is the beach that I talk about that's behind my house. Now, right now, we're at about half tide. For those of you who don't know, this boat is abandoned from Cyclone Odette, but also from the pandemic. Many of the boats that you're going to see have been deemed non-feasible to use, including this huge training facility that you see before you was a barge with a big outboard motor on it that used to go out off this reef about 500 feet. Well, 375 feet from here is the edge of the reef. So they went another 100 feet, 475 feet, 500 feet. And then the people would train verbally with a TV screen that they had on here. They had a bathroom, a TV screen, and a very small area for snacks, mostly just potato chips and junk food and soda. After Odette, this got no longer feasible to use as a training facility. This boat here is like a 26-foot boat that had 60-horse Evinrude. Most of these boats had 60-horse motors on them. The big boat had like a 140 on it. And that boat is no longer usable. It had stainless steel superstructure on it with canvas to keep the divers cool during the day. And this boat would be used to ferry people from this beach, this white sand beach, to the training facility. Or you could dive off the boat. It had a tank rack with 12 tanks. Or it would take you to Balikasag Island or any other dive spot. So before I go down the beach to the Bellevue, let's take a look at what a pump boat is, what it means, how it operates, and then we'll take a little walk down to the Bellevue. This is the Olivia Zhang. It's a pump boat owned by the same company that owns about, I think I remember 6 or 7 or 8. I've never really counted. I don't pay that much attention. But Brave Diver. Brave Diver is a company that came in full throttle, pedal to the metal, in Bohol 5 years ago. They took over a property that was under construction. I don't want to mention names, but it was a politician that was building the property, and he and the people who own Brave Diver made an agreement for Brave Diver to take over. I'm going to turn this camera around. Him and the people that own Brave Diver made an agreement for them to take over the property legally. And the hotel that was under construction was, I think, going to be 45 or 50 rooms. And Brave Diver is a Chinese corporation, and they razed to the ground the existing structure under construction. They removed it completely, and then they built, I believe it's 84 rooms with a professional diving training pool. Then we're talking about the most modern hotel in Panglao at the time, 5 years ago. They started 3 years ago. They finished the project. And then they opened up their doors, and 6 months later came the pandemic, and they closed that hotel. It is closed. The doors are closed. The pool is not in use. The parking area is just for the hotel trucks. They had many trucks. They had many vans. They had many people working for them, probably 100 people from my block and the next block over. This boat has not moved, not one, except for up and down and forward and back on its mooring lines. It has not moved. Now, what was it? The pandemic started in February of 2021. This boat has not moved. This boat is also a Brave Diver boat. It has not moved. And there are 6 or 7 more, wherever they are. I don't know if they're being used or not. I have no way of knowing that. I would say no. So there's a captain on this boat that sleeps here at night and protects it. And this is what is called a pump boat. And those are called outriggers, the parts that go down to the water. These would be pontoons, these straight pipes over here, the 3 bamboo pipes. Well, there's probably 4 or 5, but you can see 3. Those are the pontoons that keep the boat from tipping left or right over. Without these outriggers, this boat would just flip over into the water. It would just capsize, because this is what is called a shallow draft, flat bottom boat. The draft on this boat is only about 18 inches, because in the Philippines, these boats have to be able to be beached, so the bottom is perfectly flat. But also, it's a shallow draft boat because they have to go over rocks or the reef. At low tide, January and February, that reef is exposed by 2 feet. So they have to work with the tide. If the tide goes out during January and February, there is no way for the boat to come in or out of this bay area. So they have benches up there, tables and chairs and anchors, and as you can see, the capacity for this boat next to the circle there is 30. So this is what is called a pump boat, and that's how the outriggers keep them from flipping over. In the back is a bathroom and then an area for foods and stuff like that. So let's take a walk down this beach. I'll check the comments. I wish I was there, says One Lonely Farmer. Hey, Wes. Hey, man, thanks for stopping by. I I left a comment on your page the other day. I got a thumbs up. Wes is One Lonely Farmer is the greatest farming channel in the genre of farming. I don't. I've watched a few other people. Nobody compares to One Lonely Farmer when it comes to farming. Nobody. Wes Pandy, One Lonely Farmer. He can do welding. He can do electric. He can do hydraulics. He can do pneumatics. He can do tire repair. He can do transmissions on. He can do transmissions off. He knows about how to set up the electronics inside the cab of the tractors, and he knows about what parts from what 7810 tractors fit 7850s or 40s or whatever they are. He knows everything there is to know about farming, and some of his equipment is high-tech, state-of-the-art, and some of his equipment goes back into the 50s and 60s with no electronics and no doodads, and he'll take an old piece of equipment that would cost $100,000 to replace, and he'll fix up an old piece of equipment that he couldn't sell for $5,000 for parts, and he'll put the new parts on the old equipment and make it work. So if you guys, I have never grown anything in my life. I never had even a garden behind my house. Once, in 1981, I grew a tomato plant on my deck in a 5-gallon bucket. That was the last time I ever grew anything. But I watched this One Lonely Farmer talk about nitrogen deficiency that causes the leaves of the plants to turn brown, or brown streaks or brown tips. Who knew? Who knew this? I watched him move a wheel on a spindle, on a rear axle spindle, and then the front wheels on one of his pieces of farming equipment. I didn't know the wheels were adjustable in or out. Who knew this stuff? Wes knows it all. And then he's a big man and a strong man. I've actually worked with Wes hand in hand together, physically in the same location, loading a truck, and that was 3 years ago. And he is a very, very, very powerful, strong man. And there was no communication walking up and down the steps with very heavy objects. There was no confrontation as to what was going to happen mentally or in reality. He knew to pull and I knew to push, or vice versa, moving heavy equipment upstairs. He knew just by looking at me that I was ready to throw the objects up on his truck without conversation, or we'd say on 3. 1, 2, 3. There was no 2.5 or 3.5. Wes is the only person in the world that I would say is smarter than me when it comes to repairing equipment. I've never seen anybody with such repair skills. So if you want to, and he has a shop with MIG and TIG welders and grinders and presses and, oh God, salamander heating units. Wes has it all when it comes to farming. So if you're not a farmer but you want to watch a man work, he works with his son Timothy now, and his wife Teresa, who's a Filipina, and now his son William is really catching on to the farming thing. William is quite the young man. He did a great job with that. He doesn't get in trouble, and he walks around the shop and he climbs on equipment just like a normal child should be doing, climbing up and down on tractors and around parts. But he doesn't, when you leave him in the tractor, he doesn't touch the steering wheel. He doesn't touch the throttle or the controls. He knows, he's been trained. He speaks English and Visaya because his mother is a Filipina, Teresa. I also met Teresa. We had pizza at one of the best restaurants in Queens. New York, although I don't think we had the best pizza that they make. It wasn't as good as I expected, but it was a good pizza. And then we took a ride up to his farm, and I spent a day and a half up there. So if you're not into farming, but you want to watch a man work, One Lonely Farmer, I suggest you subscribe to his channel. And Wes, he did say that he might be coming to the Philippines. He would be one of the few people I would take the time to meet and spend a whole day with somewhere. A lot of other people, I met somebody last week. 2 weeks ago, I spent about 2 hours with the man, hour and a half. Very nice conversation. In the mall the other day, I sat down with someone for half an hour. Nice conversation. But Wes, I would spend the day with. And that's the sunrise. And we are, mein Buntag. We are, we're 1/4 of the way to the Bellevue Hotel. And this beach here is, eventually this waterline would be up. Thanks for stopping by, Wes. Thanks much. And these little boats out here are fishing boats. Now, these boats have not been used in 2.5 years either. A few men go out and fish for their family. A few men go out and fish commercially where they'll fill up a couple of 5-gallon buckets. But these boats typically used to leave at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and come back at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning. No longer, because they just don't have mein Buntag. They don't have the fiscal support from the stores to sell the fish. There aren't enough people buying the product that they have to sell. So I would say 80% of all these boats are used only to get food for their own personal house and not for commercial reasons. Now, this is a talisai tree. Oh, they say these trees are 100 years old. Hey, Uncle Buck. Okay, Uncle Buck had to run. I didn't see that comment before. I'm sorry. I did, but I didn't recognize and I didn't verbalize Uncle Buck's comment. So this is a talisai tree. Now, when I moved to the Philippines, I know this tree well. When I moved to the Philippines, it would have been impossible to walk under that limb in 2014 because the sand was as high as the grass. So that limb would have been 3 feet above the waterline. And then right on the far side of the tree, they kept a horse that belongs to a hotel down the block. And they would ride the horse down. It was an old horse, but they would walk the horse down right here, and they would park the horse on a strap, on a rope, all day. But that horse passed away. But it was a pretty cool horse. And you could walk up to it and pet it if you wanted to. I mean, I did, but most people probably wouldn't. Okay, so we're on our way to the Bellevue, and this boat that you're coming up here represents the boat that was the Bellevue dive boat, and a little bit smaller than the Brave Diver boat. But this was the most magnificently built boat. I liked it because it had wood tone upper structure. Now, right out there, what you're hearing, if you hear a dieseling effect from a diesel engine, what you're hearing is dieseling, and it's from a ship. It's probably from a freighter ship. It's not the to-go fast boat, and that's about 2.5, 3 miles offshore. The go fast boat from Bohol to Cebu, or even to Mindanao, comes in a little closer than that. And then way off in the distance there is a fishing boat with outriggers. Out there, right in the center of the frame there, That's a center boat without riggers. That's a commercial fishing boat. That boat goes out to the deep water ocean fishing, and that's where most of the fish come at the fish market in Tagbilaran and the smaller fish selling stores. I don't eat fish. I eat fish. If it's cooked and put on a plate, or if it's filleted, I may buy it, but I don't have the time, the wish, the will, the want, or to clean fish anymore. Even when I had a fish cleaning station in Florida, I wouldn't do that. It's too much work. Unless I wanted fish, and then I would go down the block and get the fish for a very inexpensive price. $5 per lobster for a pound and a quarter lobster with no claws, what they call Florida lobster, or $5 a kilo for fish. Sometimes I would do jobs with my backhoe for the owner of the fish facility, and I would get the fish for free. But most of the time, if you asked me if I wanted fish when they were going by in their boats, I would just say, no thanks. So thank you very much, but no, I don't want it. I don't want to clean it. I don't want to be throwing the guts to the pelicans. I don't want any of that. Too much of work to clean fish. So this was the Bellevue's dive boat that you see in one of my other videos. And this just is recent. It had a superstructure on it 2 months ago, and pontoons and outriggers. No more. This area here is a public park, and you can rent those little facilities back there for $6 a day. $6 a day. 300 pesos per day. And buntag. So, and you can rent those for your family or for an event. I don't know how, but you can do that. And then there's a big area, common area, that I guess you can rent tables for the same price. I don't know. I've never been able to find anybody to get an actual price. And there's 16 of these little hutches, and then the big open, I call it the shell facility. That pier out there, standalone pier, that is for, they have a half a marathon here in Bohol and a marathon, Ironman. That pier is for the judges to stand on and facilitate the event. And you get out there by pontoons, which they bring to shore, but not now. For the event, they'll bring the pontoons for shore. They used to go to shore, but so many people went on and off and were climbing around on the tower. They took the pontoons off. Now, if you want to go on there, you're still allowed to go on the tower, on the pier, but you have to walk out to the pontoons or wait for the tide to go out. So these are all talosite trees, and this is, of course, a white sand beach. Now, what you're looking at, that shadow, that is rare. That is a rare event. Typically, there's so much overcast that you cannot see a shadow. So today's a clear day. Of course, it is summer, but that doesn't mean it won't rain, or they won't close the sky to Vertron rays or Bertron rays, like on Star Trek, the Bertron rays. They do that. In an hour and a half, they have the whole sky closed off. No Bertron rays, no ultraviolet rays, but high potential to rain. So this is the Bellevue Hotel. Now, I want to, my object here today is to go meet somebody in there and ask them if I could go up to what is called the 4th floor, but there is a higher lookout tower. And I will ask them if they will show me one of those rooms that watch the sunset. There's one person on the balcony, 2 people up there watching the sunset now. And they may or may not let me. They may or may not let me. We'll talk to them about that when I get up to the buffet area. Maybe we could grab a maitre d'. I'll walk up to the service counter. At least I'll show you the lobby. Let me check the comments. No more comments. Very nice. I see I have finally reached my goal. Whereas if I don't know who you are, I like to mention this. If I don't know who you are personally, typically I won't answer your questions or respond to your comments. I'll allow them. But I used to have, no longer, and I'm proud of this, I used to have as many as several hundred comments on my videos per month for my accumulated total videos. And each comment takes, say, 1 minute, 700 to 1,000 comments a month. And people say, well, the comments generate views. Yeah, well, that's all nice and well. But who wants to spend 1,000 minutes a month answering comments for people that when you answer a complicated question like, how far is it to the city? What is the best restaurant to go to in the city? Where would you suggest to buy this or that? You answer them and then they don't even say thank you. So no longer do I respond to comments. No longer do I get a lot of comments. And then there's a concerted effort to not even watch the videos because the trolls feel the need to have their name on my channel. And they feel the need to have me respond to them without saying thank you or without showing their appreciation. So, I don't do that anymore. They don't come. It's a symbiotic relationship made in heaven. This is the little railing that they have. This is a little fishing boat where one man would go out all night with a paddle. They didn't have outriggers and go out and catch fish for his family. So we're coming up on the pool and the buffet area at the Bellevue. Give you an idea what this looks like. The pool is overlooks the ocean and the beach, and you can see the sunrise. And half the year, you can watch the sunset over there. So this is the size of the pool. It's huge. On the far side, this is 12 feet deep. On the far side is a shallow 3 or 4 feet deep for the children. This is the cabana where you get your towels by Buntag. Is this a price list? Okay. This is for their fruit drinks. Classic vanilla beverage, classic chocolate, strawberry, 200 pesos. Fruit shakes, 200 pesos. Fresh fruit juices, 250 pesos. Chilled juices, 180. Sodas, can of soda, can of Coke Zero, Sprite, Royal. Those are 160. Iced coffee, 180. So the minimum price for a can of soda is $3.25. And then frozen fruit drinks are $5. And those are delivered here to the pool area by the busboys. So this side of the pool is 4 feet. There's the 4 foot marker there. So the other side of that pontoon barrier is 12 feet. This is 4 feet. And on the far side of the second barrier are for the children. So what my objective today is to get up to 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 3 floors over here. That's 4 floors. My objective is to get up to the gazebo which is the 5th floor. I don't know if that's open or even if someone could bring me up there, but that's my objective, and that's what we're going to try to do. So let's walk you around let's go through past the buffet. The buffet is 680 pesos, or it was 2 weeks ago. And I probably will be indulging in the buffet in about 35 minutes. Over there is a bar where you can order frozen drinks or ice cream sundaes and so on and so forth. Now, by the bar at night, for recreational purposes, they have a chess table and a pool table. Mein Buntag. So this is, if you want to play chess, this is the chessboard. Those pieces are relatively big pieces, so they don't get lost so easily. This is the bar area where you can see the sunrise or the sunset. And here's a pool table. We'll walk past the buffet. I'll put my glasses on so I can see some of this stuff. And then we're going to go to the counter. Mein Buntag, amigo. So they have a corn soup, a mandigas soup. Oh, are those fritters? Fritters?
Meatballs.
Okay, what are they?
Pork meatballs.
And then they have crushed bacon, onions, and then they'll make egg omelets, yeah? And what is your name?
Daisy.
What?
My name's Daisy.
Daisy.
Yeah.
I met you 2 weeks ago, Daisy.
Yeah.
Okay, mein Buntag, Daisy.
Same name with your wife?
Oh, no, not today. And then they have the condiments that go with that, onions, garlic, and ham and whatnot. So now we have sunny side eggs. You can order them fried or sunny side up, or you could order them to order. French toast and pancakes, omelets, tomato ketchup. They're just setting this up now. Mein Buntag. And your name, amiga?
Gemma.
Jana?
Gemma.
Gemma.
Yes, sir.
I am Michael. Mein Buntag.
Buntag, sir.
Thank you for saying your name. Bread pudding. In about an hour, everything will be full. Yes, kasabut. She's telling me that in an hour, all the displays will be filled up. Macaroons. Macaroons. Remember that song, Macaroons? Butter. I have no idea what those are. Espaso. Assorted breads. Okay, and then we have jams. Orange jam, pineapple, blueberry, strawberry, bananas, watermelon, fresh cut fruits, fresh fish, fried fish, katamabak, bacon. Good morning. Mein Buntag.
I am Buntag.
Salamat.
How are you?
Okay. Oh, good.
Good.
And your name, sir?
Stephen.
Stephen, I am Michael Fazio.
Michael Fazio.
Michael Fazio. I'm making a video for my YouTube.
Oh, that's a Jew Barker, Mr. Mike Jew Barker, aren't you?
Oh, he knows Rabbi Jew Barker.
I've seen some of your videos from Canada. I'm from Canada.
From
Yeah,
Canada?
I've seen some of your videos. Yeah, from way back in 20.
I think I have Rabbi Jew Barker on the back of this shirt.
Fazio.
I
At the bottom. Let me see. Oh yeah, it's there. It's there.
I have a Rabbi Jew Barker shirt on. Stephen, that is so cool. I am known in Canada.
You are, yep. Yes,
So-
of course, Canada, man.
Canada is where they keep the snow.
That's where it's, yeah, we got all the snow up there. Yeah.
And where you live, how many inches of snow do you get a year up where you live?
Depends. Some years more than others, right?
I used to live in Traverse City,
Traverse
Holiday Hills. We had 192 inches of snow on average, and that would be you needed a snowmobile or a tractor. How long are you here for?
For 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
Yes,
Have you gone diving, or are you a diver?
I intend on going diving soon. I have not dived.
Are you certified?
I am not, but I am going to get certified.
Okay, they have some really good courses here,
And,
certification courses.
I know I have a friend who has a
Okay.
White Castle. You probably been.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, Mike over there. He's a friend of mine, German fellow.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
if you need to know,
I'm going to take a course actually. I'm going to see him in a couple weeks.
okay, if you need to know anything about the local area, leave a message on my channel,
Okay.
and I'll get back. I will look it up for you because my computer is tuned to the Philippines.
Oh, okay.
What I will tell you which dive spots to go to and which to not spend a lot of time on. Okay? All right, I'm going to let you go back with your lady. Thank you very much for the conversation.
Good to see you.
Mein Buntag, amiga. Nice to meet you. A man from Canada that knows Rabbi Jew Barker. That's from years back. Oh my goodness. We have hot dogs. Oh, whose alley would that be? Hot dogs. Guy took his girlfriend out for hot dogs. Pork tocino. Pork Alfredo. Now, pork Alfredo is a monster among foods. Singapore noodles, scrambled eggs, sauteed sayote. That is a vegetable. We have oatmeal. I'm not going to go through all of these things. Garlic rice, steamed rice. And then again, calamansi, eggs. It looks like eggs with onions, perhaps, crushed bacon, soup, and multiple types of soup. Pickled turnips, pickled green papaya, pickled green mango, creamy balsamic vinegar, Thousand Island dressing, and balsamic vinaigrette. So let's go to the counter. Well, let me give you the food prices. Appetizers for when there's no buffet, starting at about $8. Soup of the day starting at about $4. Pasta starting at about $10. Sandwiches and fries starting at about $8. Island style vegetables starting at about, like a Caesar salad, about $11. Pizza, $10. Kids menu, $8. Rice and noodles, $9, $8. Food of the Philippines. These are all from $8 up to $18. Catch of the day per 100 grams, $5 per 100 grams. Prawns, 300. Main course. Now we get into the main course. Crushed salmon, about $17. Pork spare ribs, about $12. American style steaks. Ribeye. A ribeye steak here is $50. $46 and $48. A tenderloin is $48. Halo halo is a kind of a Filipino ice dessert, and they're $6 to $8. And then I don't know what that is. Kind of like a pastry. They're about $8. Mein Buntag. Then they have different types of cakes. A blueberry cheesecake for $4.50. Blueberry cheesecake. $5 for a slice of cake. That's basically what it comes out to. Chocolate cake, $4.50 per slice. A little bit more depending on the dollar to peso rate, which is 54 pesos to the dollar now. And then we have over here fruit juices. If you want to have a fruit juice, it's all part of the buffet. Cornflakes, fresh milk. We're going to check that out. And this looks like some sort of chocolate cocoa puff. So that's for cereal. Now let's go up to the let's go up. I'm not seeing comments, mein Bundtag. Let me check to make sure the comments are okay. The comments are on. You're allowed to leave comments. I just probably won't respond to your comments. Over here is outside dining. If you feel like eating in a green area, so to speak. Let's go up to the counter. I'll show you the beautiful foyer to the entrance to the hotel, which is up a ways. We'll see if we can find out some room prices. Stephen knew Rabbi Jew Barker. Wow. Rabbi, I got to start doing some oldies but goodies. I still have a whole box of accessories for Rabbi Jew Barker and the Mr. Obama dolls. I have all of that stuff. And this is a koi pond. And they're coming up to the surface because somewhere in this facility they sell like pellets that you feed the fish with. And you can go out on that circular, it's solid, it's not floating. One time. And this is a little waterfall for aeration. And now we're heading into the main lobby. This is the foyer area right outside the main lobby. So we'll go over to the reception desk in a moment. And they have ponds over that lead to outside to where the ocean is, inside under the building, and then there are ponds in the front as well. Here are the elevators. And a big staircase. It kind of reminds me of my first Filipina girlfriend's staircase, Chrissy Oropeza, family Lumpia. They had a staircase like this. If you've ever seen the Beverly Hillbillies, they had a house that was at least as big as the Beverly Hillbillies house, and it had a staircase going up to one side of the house and another staircase 100 feet away on the other side of the house. That was an amazing thing when I went to her house for the first time. They were a very, very successful Filipina business. In 2304 Rio Drive in San Diego, California, was the first store, Family Lumpia. And they would do, in one day, in $1980, $10,000 to $20,000 per day in that one store. And when I went to their house after I had dated her for a few months, I saw those double staircases. It looked like the Beverly Hillbillies house. That was an amazing thing. And here's another, the last pond. This leads to the street. Now, if you don't want to pay high prices for the hotel foods, you walk out this gate here, you walk across the street, left or right, there are about 100 Filipina food stores where you can buy a meal for about $1.50 to $2. And that's all up and down this strip. So let's go over to the reception area and take a look, see if we can get some prices. Very beautiful hotel. This is a 5-star hotel on Panglao Beach. So no one seems to be here yet. So we may have to come back after breakfast. Okay. Ayo. Mayan buntag.
My buntag, sir. How can I help you?
I have 3 questions. One, I'm blogging your hotel as a 5-star hotel.
Certainly, sir.
And then my question is there a way after I have breakfast, the buffet, that someone can show me one of the rooms upstairs?
Certainly, sir. As of the moment, I am the only one here. But my colleague will be here around 10.
10 o'clock.
Yeah, so I'll...
And it might be possible.
It might be, but...
Might be. No promises.
Certainly, sir.
Kasabut. Okay, so I'll come back around 10, and I will look for the girl with the pretty dress, the guapa with the guapa dress. And your name, amiga?
I am Mary, sir.
Mary.
Certainly,
Guapa
sir.
Mary Ka. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Salamat.
Your room number is?
My name is Michael Fazio. I live down the beach.
Oh, certainly.
I make many blogs of your hotel, but I wish to show my subscribers your room, if it's possible. If it's not possible, it's okay.
All right.
Okay? Okay. And is the gazebo on the top, is that open or no more?
As of the moment, sir, let me check on that because currently, previous days, we're having maintenance on that area.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Salamat. Amping. Okay, so the gazebo used to be open to the public, but no more. And then possibly Mary's co-worker will be able to show us around. So this is a sitting area if you just want to have like a conversation and also have your children down there next to the pool. It's a little area down there. And then there was another set of elevators for this bank of buildings. And we have some Mayan buntag.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got going here.
Squages.
Whoa, big move. Big move. Mayan buntag. Have a nice day. I have no idea what that move was. Every move in chess is a big move, though. There's no doubt. I do know how to play chess. Haven't played it in years, but my Uncle Ernie bought me a chessboard when I was about 6 years old and taught me how to play chess. Never got good at it, where you could say, wow, I'm pretty good at chess. Never got good at it, but I knew how to play. And then when I was about 30 years old, I played 1,000 games of chess with 5 or 6 people at night. Every night we got together at Sean Canavan's house, and we played chess every night for years. So that was fun. And then I got really good at it, actually. I could never beat any of the people I was playing with because they were all experts. But I got the hang of it. I think I won 1 game of chess in 2 years against Sean, and against Eddie, I probably won 1 out of every 25 games. And there were a few other people that I could never beat as well. So in 2 years, I think I won 10 or 12 games of chess. I was playing all expert chess players. So there's another area up on top there where you can have breakfast. And this is an outside dining area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my mask on, and then I'm going to go sit down and have breakfast they have this area cordoned off. Oh no, it's open over there. So this is this probably dining area seats 36 people out here, but they have tables and chairs for hundreds of people. Now at night, the outside barbecue, surf and turf takes place out here, where they set up tables and chairs and charcoal barbecue pits all along out here. And this is the area for the outside barbecue. Now the buffet, breakfast buffet here is, 2 weeks ago it was 680 pesos, which is $14 now with today's current market rate. The night buffet, Friday and Saturday and Sunday, if they have it, is 1,250 pesos, which is 25 US dollars, about 28 US dollars. So the night dinner buffet is about 26 or 27 or $28, and the breakfast buffet is $13, $14. So I'm going to set up my Stephen, my Buntag. Thank you very much. Thank you for remembering Rabbi Chewbacca. Even is it okay to put you in the video? It's okay. Okay, so I forget about Rabbi Chewbacca. I have so many different personalities that I used to work with.
When you came, you had a beard.
The beard of wisdom. The beard. I have that bandana hanging. The beard of wisdom.
When you first came, what was that?
2014.
14 was it?
Yeah.
I was here in 2009.
Were you at this part or Alona Beach?
Well, Manila first, and then Anda.
Anda's where you walk down that big mountain to go to the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to walk down like a 150-foot mountain. It's a beautiful place, Anda. But by 2016, all the rocks behind Anda from the pollution were all gone. They're rocks now, no more coral, no more live coral. But probably back when you were 2009, it was still a live reef.
Yeah, dirt roads and
Yeah.
you know.
I'm
I'm on the main road too, my home, right? So I mean, it was all dirt roads.
Yeah.
Little ones.
Yeah. Where the girl that I dated out there, you had to walk into the mountain up a trail.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I spent a couple of weeks out there. And they also had a little bamboo hutch on the beach, right on the beach. That's where I did my Mr. Obama videos, from that area there. That white sand beach in Anda. Beautiful place, Anda.
It is,
Yeah.
quiet and not as busy.
No, Daddy,
quiet.
Quiet, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was, and I would have lived
Beach would be
there.
empty,
Yeah, I would have lived there, but it was so far away from, they had to come into the ICM mall an hour and a half to get food. I said, no, I cannot do that. An hour and a half 40 minutes is enough.
Yeah, it's good. 3 hours.
All right, I'm gonna go
Have
have.
a good day, man.
Please, if you have any
Nice
questions, what is your? Just say Steve.
Okay.
And I'll answer. I will find out anything you need to know.
Yeah.
But one thing I will
didn't
tell
see
you.
anything on some of your YouTube. I check every now and again.
Okay.
And it's like
Not.
how many years?
Well, I'm on
back?
a new channel
You're
now.
on a new channel. That's what.
Alpha
so
Male.
What happened to you?
The other channel, well, I lost the monetization because of the Obama videos, so I stopped using the channel. Alpha Male Construction Videos, Alpha Male Construction, Michael Fazio. Yeah, and YouTube, because of the Obama videos, they shadow banned my channel. So with 20,000 subscribers, I might get 100 views. So what's the point? So now they're doing it again. Now, if I put a girl in a bathing suit in my video, they call it sexual content now. For anybody, yeah, they are shadow banning everybody for any possible infraction, word, A bathing suit on a beach. I had my video shadow banned, not demonetized. It
Well,
was just
complaints from other YouTubers that they probably say that's probably.
no. They just don't want any kind of. They want everybody to be neutrally buoyant. Let's call it neutrally buoyant. So they don't want opinions. They want you to adapt to their opinion. One thing I will tell you though, if someone tells you we're going to learn how to dive on Alona Beach, tell them no thank you. You wish to go to a reef.
I have a friend, Mike.
Oh, okay.
German
Yeah,
fellow.
White Castle.
White Castle. They've
Right.
been going for years.
Okay.
And I kept telling him, yeah, I'm going to get my ticket. He does the ticket.
Okay, but Alona Beach is a dead reef. This is a live reef.
All the best spots.
Okay. Mayan buntag, amigo. No? Good man.
I'm the only one.
It's okay. Good man.
That's all it's.
Good man.
Michael Fazio.
Alpha Male Construction. Alpha Male. I'll write it down on a piece of paper. I'll get a paper from one of the. All righty. You have a great day. Any questions at all? And if you want, I know that you're not. If you're going to stay here 8 weeks after you get certified, if you want to do deep dives. Now I know you're not going to want to do this. Not in the beginning. But if you ever do want to do deep dives, you go straight to Palawan and you do the World War II wrecks. You can Google it on YouTube. I did all of the wrecks. I did 5 of them multiple times. They're in 100 feet of water, but it's an amazing thing. But it's only for people that are experienced. But I'm just saying, this time no, but maybe in a couple of years you get if once you get hooked up with, because it's a blast. It really is.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
All right, you have a great day.
Thanks, Mike.
Amping means take care always.
You're looking younger as the years go on.
Oh yeah, you're a very, very kind man. Amping. Okay, so he said I'm looking younger as the years go on. He's not telling you the whole truth. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So let's find a place to sit down. I like this area here because there's no railing. And then I do have a case that I can put the camera in, and then we can watch the ocean. I'll check for comments in a few minutes. You guys are gonna have to give me a minute to get set up here. Okay, let me set this up against here. We lost I dropped it. I dropped the phone on the table, not on the floor. Okay, I have John Escape. Gave me a beautiful case for the camera. I think I'm gonna have to put the phone in the case. I don't think the case is going to work so well. Now I know for a fact it won't work so well. Okay, so that's not possible. I didn't bring the case. Let's see if we can do that. Well, the case will work just fine for me to blog my face. It will not work to see the ocean, so I'll have to pick it up. Okay, so I have to take it out of this case. Take it out of this case. Okay, 1 second, and I'll have it in this case, encased in this case. Not exactly. It's a new case, so I'm not familiar with it. Okay, so that case goes there. This is going to go in the bottom of the case there. In the back of the case, it's a Samsung case. It has a... Oh, that's a beautiful case, John. That worked out really well. Very nice, John. I'll take my hat off. Gave myself a haircut yesterday, shaved, put on a new shirt. A Rabbi Jew Barker shirt, I may add. I don't want coffee. I had six cups of coffee this morning at 4:30. I actually got up even before 4:30. Last night I fell asleep early. I normally fall asleep by 8 o'clock. I'm sleeping. I got a message that they devoted a large portion of some trolls. Donated a large portion of their show to make me famous. Thank you very much. So let's get this gear off. Let's find a nice face mask. Okay, we have an NBA face mask. Soon I think they're going to do away with the face masks. And I'm not real sure when, but I heard they were going to do that. Okay, so I did bring the computer and a charging cord. I think before I set the... before I set up the breakfast, I think I'll set up the computer. With the charging cord and the mouse, because my plan is when I'm done with breakfast, if Mary has her assistant with her today, she's going to find out if I can go and blog one of the rooms. I really want to blog one of the rooms, but the hotel is basically empty. I mean, there's no doubt about that. So now I bring my own water because I drink distilled water. I have 1.5 quarts of distilled water. I may have there. I probably will have a cup of Joe, a cup of coffee. Excuse me for a minute while I set this up. Tell you what, this Lenovo computer, I will give it a 0 for reliability and quality, and less than a 0 for a review. If Lenovo had a review where I could review their computer, it would be 0. I did a few reviews on the Lenovo computer in front of the store that sold me this piece of junk. It's been in the it's been back to the service center. It's been back to the service center. Literally has been back to the service center. My Lenovo computer has been back to the service center 3 times, and the service center, the store that sold me the Lenovo computer thinking tools, they lied. They just straight up and down lied. They said any repair necessary for 1 year, they could do in 1 day. Or you bring it in and it could be repaired in a day or so. Because that's what he said. He lied. Straight up and down lied. There's no doubt that they lied. There's no doubt in my mind. Because in 3 months, I brought it back less than 3 months, probably 2 months. It just fell. The motherboard fell. And I brought it back, and they said, yes, sir, just bring it over to the Galaris Mall. They can repair it in a day. Well, the Galaris Mall, back in I bought it June 6th of 2021. The Galaris Mall, I should go get a plate of food. The Galaris Mall took 5 weeks to go get a motherboard. 5 weeks. 5 weeks. They gave it back to me, but they did not fix the USB ports. Nor did they fix the camera, nor did they fix another problem that was in the phone. So I took it back, I used it, then I had to send it back out again. The next time I went to pick up my computer, they said, your computer is ready. I went back to the city, but there was a death in the family. They weren't even at the store for 2 more weeks, so I didn't have the computer for another 5 or 6 weeks. Never. Whereas Asus has multiple people in the store, and they're open rain or shine or snow. Asus. So I will never buy another Lenovo computer. Never, ever. I would not recommend buying a Lenovo. I got it back, and they failed. They put a new camera and a new microphone in the camera. I got it back. 2 months later, the camera failed again. The camera failed again. I see Jack Thompson is here in the house. There is a certain famous YouTuber, says Jack Thompson, that never has interactions with others. Regular guy in the Philippines. You know, thanks for stopping by. You know what, Jack? You know what? I noticed you're missing something. Let me see if I can find what you're missing. I don't think I can. I'm not hooked up to the internet here. I don't have the control. Jack is a little light today. I'll fix that. I can't fix it now though. I removed, I just right across the board removed multiple moderators, and I think your name was in the batch. Would I buy a MacBook, regular guy? I have no idea. You know, I have never turned on a MacBook. I have never used a mouse or a keypad on a MacBook. I don't even know what a MacBook is. I don't even know if a MacBook looks like a computer. I know nothing about the word Mac, but I do know, what I do know about the MacBook is that it works better for editing videos. Everybody says it's many times better than an Asus or any other computer for editing. Many times better, a MacBook. And I also know that their prices are, I think One Lonely Farmer has a MacBook. I know Popeye, the great Popeye, has a MacBook. And I think he paid $2,500 for his MacBook, and that's not an expensive MacBook. So I would have bought one of those years ago, but I bought the phone with the Warren H. bucks. I bought this phone for 75,000 pesos, and I bought that computer for 29,000 pesos. Had I known I was going to have all these problems with my computer, I almost went to a MacBook, but it's a different operating system. So again, I know nothing about a MacBook. I kind of wish I did, but I don't. So I can't compare something I've never used. I just know that everybody says Macs are better for editing and in general, but I believe that. I believe that a MacBook is a better product, but I've never pushed the button to turn one on. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to take the phone with me. I'm going to give you guys a view of the ocean. Whilst I go get foods. Yeah, there's a lot of bloggers that they interact. They interact. Did you see the guy, Jack, that he knew Rabbi Jew Barker, and just by chance, to be honest with you, it is just by chance, I have a Rabbi Jew Barker shirt on. I think you guys can see that. A Rabbi Jew Barker rock skates, multiple talented shirt. Let's go get some food. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. You guys enjoy. There's somebody in the pool, and there's some people walking along the beach. I think with that camera you can see that resolution. Okay. Do you have cheese? What kind of cheese? Just a cheese? Yeah, may I have a cheese on one, please? You will bring it over here? Give me about 5 minutes, okay? Thank you. No, I looked at the people. I don't know if I was standing up while you sorry. Thank you very much. Hey, Salama. Now, what is this? What is this that they got? What is that? May I have some okay, and is that onion? May I have some onions on there, please? Very nice. Do you have a bacon or no bacon? No, who not? Well, not now. Okay, thank you. Okay, we started off light duty. I don't know anything about the MacBook. The good thing with the Mac is that everything is made in-house with top quality. See? I don't know anything about a MacBook. Nothing at all. I know the name. That's you're very kind of you. Salamat. Thank you, amiga. They had walat not. Walat not means no more. They were out of bacon. And she said, "Would you like bacon?" And I said, "You have walat not." And she said, and she went and brought me a whole plate of bacon. That was Daisy. Her girl, the name of the girl is Daisy. Now we have 3 foods. We have an omelet with fresh, dried, crispy onions. We have a piece of fish. Let's get. We have a piece of fish here, fried. I like the Filipino, what they call the bacala, the fish with the salt. I like that. I enjoy that immensely, quite a bit, more than you could imagine. It's very salty, but I enjoy it. So that's a piece of salted bacala. I have pork Alfredo, Aphrodite. Which is cooked perfectly. That pork Aphrodite is cooked perfectly. Very tender. And this is, I don't know what these are. I think I would call them fish fritters. I don't know what they are. I'm going to taste them. I think they're fish fritters. I could not, with all these masks, I cannot understand what people say. I cannot hear anything out of my right ear for the most part, and my left ear with the music and the mash and the distance between us and the ambient noise of everybody talking, cannot hear. And yet, Filipinos will be on the opposite side of the table, the same way where I cannot hear anything. And they will go back and forth because they have good hearing. Okay, so let's try some of their bacon. Looks crispy. Very good. Not salty at all. It's not like Oscar Mayer or Hormel salted bacon. This is just fried bacon. No salt. None. Zero. And I like it like that. Okay, now they also have Swiss cheese. Swiss cheese. And they have This isn't Parmesan, let's see. It's almost Parmesan. Delicious. I'll have to look at the name. And let's get a little egg going there. And we're going to thank Jim Alver. Are you here? If Jim Alver is here, would you please say hello? I wish to say something to you. In the way of thanks. Okay. Regular guy in the Philippines says my iPhone is 4 years old and the battery is as good today as it was brand new. Now, my Samsung Galaxy 21, they said that the phone battery only will last 1.5 or 2 years. It's 1 year old and a few weeks now. It works just fine. I don't know much about gadgets. Before this phone, I owned a $100 Oppo, a $110 Oppo phone that I had for 6 years. I bought it in April of 2016 when I went to Davao to meet Daisy May. And it lasted until a year ago, and I would not have bought this new phone. I would have went and bought the computer. But, Stephen, I'm still blogging, yeah. Am I staying here? No, I live 1,000 feet from here. If you walk down the beach to where the boats are, the big pump boats, that's where I live, right there.
Okay.
It takes me about 7 minutes to walk here on the fast walk. Thank you for saying hello. Rabbi Jew Barker. In the Philippines, baby.
Nice to meet the king.
Nice to meet you too, Stephen. Please stop by and comment anything that you need. You let me know, okay? Okay. Have a nice day. Say goodnight. Say my buntag to the missus. Bye-bye. One of my subscribers from Canada goes back to the Beard of Wisdom, which goes back to 2010. We had a conversation before. I put him, he's in the video, but I didn't stick the phone in his face for 10 minutes. I faced it towards the ocean while we were talking about Rabbi Drew Barker and Mr. Obama. He's from Canada, and he said, You're blogging? And I said, yeah. He goes, you're Rabbi Drew Barker. I said my name, Michael Fazio. I said, yeah, I'm Michael Fazio. He goes, no, you're Rabbi Drew Barker. That's an old name. Quite the comedy skits we used to do, yeah? Now, wow. That pork. I have barbecue spare ribs. You could melt it with your tongue. That's how well done this place. Barbecue spare ribs are done right. Now, wow. You could smash the meat up with your tongue, which comes in handy if you don't have any teeth. And there are a lot of people in the Philippines blogging community that don't have any teeth. One time. Wow. So Stephen goes back to 2010. That was 12 years ago to Rabbi Drew Barker. And the beard of wisdom. I should have gave him a card. Shit. I was not thinking. I'll check the comments. Yeah, I'm in the Bellevue Hotel. Bantallion Brawler. Now you people have the Bantallion Brawler to thank for 30 days of electric for the children. When we had the blackout, I went right into the city to get a generator. The only generators that were available were $800, $900. But a few days later, one of my suppliers bought 200 generators from China. They actually had them flown in on a plane. And I paid $200 for a little 3 kilowatt generator, I think it is. 3.5 horsepower generator. And a few days later, the Bantallion Brawler sent me $200. Not in Super Chat, but in a different way. Compensated me for the cost of the generator. And by that time, I had already been making extension cords for the locals. And I gave electric out to anybody that wanted their gadgets charged. Anybody that wanted their gadgets charged, which were anywhere from 20 to 75 gadgets a day. And people donated the money for the gasoline. And then Wes, one lonely farmer, made a one-time donation of $200 for gasoline, which at that point, for the whole 34 days that I was giving out free electric, the gas was paid for, and the generator was paid for. Hold on a second. I hate when that happens. It's what happens when you're talking and eating. So, Bantallion Brawler, I want to say thank you for all those great videos of the children getting free electric. And Wes, One Lonely Farmer, thank you for the gas. And of course, Scott Del Fuego, many other people donated money for the gasoline. I didn't keep track of the gas, but it was costing about, well, I don't know. I was using 2 gallons a day. So liters were 60 pesos, 69 pesos a liter, 142, $6 a gallon. I was using about between $8 and $12 a day in gasoline. And all that money was paid back in donations. Thank you very much. Jim is occupied at the moment. Okay. Jim Alva, if you do listen to this video, Jim Alva, this meal has been brought to you by Jim Alva with a $20 Super Chat donation last night on my channel video where I did the haircut video. Salamat. Thank you, Jim Alva. And YouTube does a new thing. In the phone, it tells you what your donations come out to be after they take their share. It's amazing. $20 in US dollars comes out to be $13.60, which is exactly what this meal costs. So thank you, Jim Alva. I still have that little frog. Talking about frogs, this morning I woke up, took a walk outside in the middle of the night, and this thing about this big, I'm not kidding you, it was 4.5, 5 inches in diameter, jumped off. It jumped off the traco and it landed on my shoulder. I had no shirt on. And I knew it was some sort of animal because, when I was walking, I didn't see anything, but it was a